everybody to another episode of Foundation of a Healthy Smile. So today we're not just talking dental health, but we're talking about changing lives, the impact that the foundation has had so far, and the big dreams and the vision that we have to change the lives of the South African children. With me today is a very special person and a very special guest, and that is my husband, Itumiling Mabuya. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What an exciting moment to join you on the studio for this podcast. And I've been looking forward to this, just to share on the journey about the Kids Dental Home Foundation that is making so much impact in the lives of the children, and giving not only, just the experience, but the life-changing experience, by working on their teeth and giving them a smile again.
Sure. So what we are hoping to do today is to take you on a journey, take you through how we started and when we started, and what was the push of really what caused us to start this whole foundation.
In fact, if you remember very well how the foundation started, it started before it could actually start.
Yeah.
And what I mean about that is the work was done even before the official establishment of the foundation itself, and which was very powerful. And for me, that's inspiring to see that it was not just about the glamour and wanting to be known for the work that the foundation has done and the impact in the lives of the children, but the passion.
Yeah.
And the main thing was the passion.
Absolutely. I still remember, actually, when we started, we didn't have even a name, hey?
Yeah, no, there was no.
We were just excited to help the community. All we had was the passion and the vision.
Right.
It was very clear we needed to help. There was a gap in terms of the oral health care access. And we thought, okay, we're going to bridge the gap.
That's correct.
We didn't have the name. We didn't even plan to have a name, Kids Dental Home Foundation.
That's correct.
That came later on.
That came later.
So, like you say, it was really born out of passion. Yeah.
And I've got so much respect for you that you could be so bold, to start the work even without all these nitty-gritties, the name, the certificate from the CIPC, so forth. And just the courage, pushed by the passion, to serve the needs of humanity, and particularly these little children, and to restore their smile. And congratulations, for such a great work that, came out of your heart and the heart to serve.
Thank you so very much. That's very kind of you. Truth be told, I wouldn't have done it without your support.
Yeah.
So I also want to thank you equally, for all your hard work and the support. And also just to, when I bring something and, you welcome it with open and without really thinking too much into it. And
Right.
so, okay, if that's what you want to do, I'll support you.
It's just been an honor, I must say, honestly, and a great privilege to be part of this great, noble cause that's changing lives since 2022, and to see where we're coming from, where we are, what we have accomplished, the impact that this has had in the lives of not only the children that received the surgeries, but also the families, it's amazing.
So let's start. So then we started, that was the year 2022.
That was 2022.
It was during COVID.
It was during COVID, of course. It was during COVID.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Starting something during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was during COVID, and
I remember we're still putting on some masks.
Yes, we were putting on some masks. Yeah. And I remember also reaching out to what is that laboratory?
The
Lancet.
The Lancet.
Yes,
absolutely.
They were so gracious to sponsor us with the test, because then we needed to test the kids for COVID. Remember?
Yeah, I remember very well.
Yeah, so we needed to test the kids, and we wrote to them, and welcome the sponsorship, and they actually sponsored the tests for the kids. And I think we had 10 kids.
Yeah, we had 10 kids.
Yeah, we started off with the 10 kids, right?
We had 10 kids.
Wow. Starting during COVID time,
That's right.
starting with 10 kids.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
That was a bit of, one would say one was ambitious, right?
Yeah, it was. Serious ambition. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a passion for something, it does not matter, the cost. You always, want to push yourself
Yeah.
to the limit and
Yeah.
even beyond. And it was amazing to see that happening.
So let's talk about what was the reason why? What is our why? Why did we start the foundation? What will, push us to start a foundation during COVID time, out of all times? And it's obviously because of the need, like we have highlighted, there was a need, still there's a need, even till today, whereby the kids are waiting for long periods of time for their turn to be seen in theater so that we fix their teeth.
And by the way, they wait up to 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
No, it's a long time waiting in pain with pain.
Yeah, considering that while you are waiting, the pain is not
Yeah.
in waiting. It continues.
Yeah.
And you can imagine, the effects of that pain in the lives of these children.
Absolutely. So that's how we got to start just seeing those long waiting lists. So somebody had to do something.
Somebody had to do something.
And we then just started by approaching a few hospitals.
Yeah, we went to
And one at the time they welcomed us, which is the Cure Day Medkin Hospital.
Right, in Pretoria.
Yes, and they sponsored their theatre time. We are forever grateful for that. So let's talk about the preparation and everything towards that, because remember this thing was not, we didn't sit down to plan it every angle. All of a sudden we are in the deep end and there's so much work and we didn't plan for it, we didn't prepare for it in a way, one could say fully. And when you're just passionate, you're just excited and you really draw your energy and strength from the passion and what you want to achieve. But the truth is, it's a lot of work, right? When I talk about the lot of work behind it.
A lot of event management.
Yes.
That required a lot of skills
Yeah.
in that department, which we didn't have as much. But our passion actually led us to do this and to push it through. And of course, there were challenges, challenges, especially in terms of the limited resources, human resources.
All resources,
yeah,
not just human.
Exactly. Finances, and and having to reach out to people for help, getting volunteers and so forth, and that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of time, and I must say, we need to admit that it was a serious test of time for us. And while we were preparing, I think the process also was preparing us.
True.
For something bigger, and it was not an accident that we are where we are. It's basically a reflection of where we're coming from and the process we went through.
Yeah. I like what you're saying, because when you say it was a test of time, and the way, the intents of this event, to put it together, it's so intense, it's so hectic. You can actually give up if really...
It's easy to give up.
It's easy to give up, right?
To give up. Especially if you're asking for help
And you're asking for help.
For sponsorships and funding, and it looks like you are not known.
Yeah.
And the people take time to respond, and you find yourself, you're all by yourself.
Yeah, and then you start to ask yourself, why did it even start? Because I didn't have to do it.
Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I have to do it?
Did I have to do it?
Did I have to take time off my work and do this? You start asking yourself all those things, and
But it was a nice learning process, because looking back, we we are somewhere. I mean, we have learned so much, the skills, we have gained so much knowledge. It
Character
came at a
development as
cost.
well.
Character development. Yeah, we have what we never had at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about getting volunteers, and my hats off to all our volunteers and everyone who does this, because sure, really it's hard work. It is hard work, but just to see whenever we ask people to come and volunteer, our doctors, by the way, we need like everybody. We need admin, volunteers, doctors, cleaners, nurses.
Right.
We have to set up the area,
Right.
the space before everything, admin and even clinically, right? So there's a lot of behind the scenes setting up. Then yes, the nurses. We've had all.
I mean, the marketing of the program itself.
Oh, there's still that, by the way. Then there's the marketing of the program itself. So the whole program is just run by volunteers.
Absolutely.
And we've been blessed enough that whenever we shout for help, and people have responded positively.
And they've been so much willing.
Yeah.
And ready to serve, and we want to really appreciate
Absolutely.
all our volunteers for their excitement, for their energy that they have brought into this entire project.
Definitely, we're not taking for granted their efforts. It has changed the lives of many, many, many families and many, many kids. So I just want to take a moment to talk about our focus as a foundation. Yes, the focus is about teeth, but what about teeth? Right? So our foundation is focused on the condition called early childhood caries. I think it's important that our listeners understand our focus, because we often get calls and requests. Now we're getting lots of requests, but we're just not doing anything. We have a specific scope. I think that's the message I want to put across. We have the specific scope, and our scope is children suffering from early childhood caries. Right. You wanna talk about that?
Yeah, that's a very well-known condition. I mean, you look at the world stats with over 580 million, of children that are suffering from this particular condition. And you can see that these are children coming from low socioeconomic backgrounds, whose families are not able to afford theater costs. And I think it's a noble cause, that the Kids Center Home Foundation is coming.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
They do not afford, and some of them will never afford.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's a fact.
That's true. That's a fact.
So that really touches my heart to see that.
Right.
They could be struggling forever, and
Yeah. So I think we are well positioned to really make a difference in the lives of all these children. But the point that I wanted to come to is the fact that with all these statistics, all these numbers of children that are suffering from this condition, South Africa is no exception at all. And that's why a foundation like Kids Dental Home came in handy to really try and reduce the burden, and relieve not only the hospitals and those long queues, but also the pain, emotional pain of the parents who are observing their own children suffering from this toothache on a daily basis, and they can't help them. Instead, they have to wait for up to 3 years, for these children to find help. So I think it's a very powerful thing.
Yeah. I think we've made quite a remarkable impact. I'm reflecting from the first set of pro bono surgeries, where we ran 2 theaters.
That's correct.
Right? It was 2 theaters, and we had maybe about 10 doctors.
We had over 10 doctors,
Yeah.
coming in and out.
Coming in and out.
Right, yeah. Willing to serve.
Willing to serve, ready and able.
Yeah, and with all these children. And we did about 14 cases, if I'm not mistaken. Because so far, I think we have reached 34 cases.
That was
of
2022,
children.
it was 10.
Right.
And 2023, it was 14.
We had 14.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can just see from that we, the impact is increasing, and
Yeah, that's correct.
but it's just not that the need. Also, there's a vast need. We wish we could do more. At this stage, we have limited resources, so we can only do that. But really, our vision is to do it monthly rather than doing it annually.
Once
Because the
a
need
year.
is there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember I had a chat with one of the parents post one of the surgeries, and she said to me, I never thought that my child will ever be smiling like this again, because they had suffered as a family. And I think also they get to the point where it's just part of them, because there isn't much they can do.
That's true.
So the need definitely still there. The numbers are rising.
Yeah. While you're on that point, we have set up a vision, a goal to perform 1,000 surgeries. That's by 2030. Yeah, and I think that's a beautiful goal to set up, looking at the statistics. And I think the vision is bigger than us, bigger than the foundation itself.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking to the viewers out there that are listening that the support is much needed, because the numbers keep increasing, and what you are doing at the moment is just a scratch on the surface. But if we put together all our resources, we come together, as a strong force, there's so much that we can accomplish.
Yeah, because also we continue to get the requests and the inquiries already to asking when is the next set. Already we're sitting with long lists.
That's right.
Where as a team we sit together and do the selection, because there's a selection criteria.
Right.
Fortunately or unfortunately, cannot be everybody. So there's a criteria that we have put in place as a team to see who's going to be on the next slots. So already we are working towards that already, towards September.
Yeah.
But just to add on what we are saying, so with that vision, we are aiming to do 10 surgeries per month rather than 10 surgeries per year.
Per year, that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
And we think that really is going to make a meaningful impact to what we do.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. The issue of the support from the cyclist, I think that's one other, encouraging factor that we really need to tap into, acknowledge, all the cyclists, the community of cyclists who are always and more than willing to come and support this program. And it's been amazing, actually, that since 2022, we have had all the cyclists coming together to ride for a cause. There's a very powerful link. We've got the Ride for Smiles program, and the cyclists coming from all walks of life, professional cyclists. You've got the intermediate and the novices coming together, and they are pushed by one thing, to ride for smiles. And they are supporting the cause of the foundation to ensure that the funds are raised.
And raising awareness as well.
And these are champions. These are champions of children's oral health, using sports, using cycling. And some are using, their running abilities and skills. And we want to appreciate that. We want to appreciate. And we call them cyclists who are fighting cavities
in children.
In children.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah. So we've covered quite a lot through that Ride for Smiles campaign.
That's correct.
Raising awareness
Right.
about the disease itself, and then also about the foundation. And you want to talk about then, somebody's asking how do I get involved with the Ride for Smiles. And we've got a big event coming up now in Cape Town.
Absolutely.
Which we're quite excited. By the way, we're also cyclists, right?
Of course, of course. You remember you did your first 94.7
Yes.
in November, and I must congratulate you for that. You know, it's always been my dream and my desire.
That's right with
That's
you.
right. And what a beautiful
Yeah.
scene.
Thanks
you
for
know,
your inspiration.
to ride together and to finish off
Yeah.
the 94.7. Wow, I can't forget that.
Yeah.
But however, at the moment we're working towards preparing for the cycle tour in Cape Town, Cape Town Cycle Tour, and our entries are open. We've got slots that we are, sharing with our cyclists who are more than willing to ride for a course with us. And we've got details. You can always click on the link below and just register with us. If you're not a cyclist but you still want to give some support, whether it's admin, whether it's advices, whether it's finances, you're more than welcome. Use the same link at the bottom, reach out to us, and we'll be willing to work together with you.
Yes, you're mentioning that. Another thing is that you can also be part, even if you can't, because sometimes then people say, but I can't cycle, I can't do any of those.
Correct.
How else can I be part and join you? You can also be an ambassador, and that means you will now promote our events in your area, in your social media. Any help is welcome.
It's welcome. Yeah, I think that the more awareness we raise, wherever we are, the better for us. And by the way, we want to take Ride for Smiles global.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
not just a local South African program. We want to see, this program with riders all over the world that are coming together for the same cause, riding for smiles, raising awareness of the childhood caries, and securing the funds towards the dental surgeries of kids that cannot afford the cost.
We had about 20 riders last year, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
That was in November. Yeah, that was our biggest so far.
Yeah.
So, actually not, because we had that big ride also.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but we are aiming this coming 94.7 to have about 50 riders with
us. Yes.
So that's why we want to pledge support, and anyone interested to click on the link, and you will get the details on how to join us on this very important mission.
It's an exciting experience. The vibe is amazing.
Yeah.
And talking about Cape Town, that's the most powerful experience that you can ever have. Riding along the coast, it doesn't happen often.
And riding for a purpose.
Riding for a purpose. I think with all that we have accomplished so far as the foundation, it's important, just to reflect and acknowledge all our partners, sponsorships, individual donors for the amazing support that they have given to the cause. And I must say, we are where we are, and we wouldn't be where we are without them. And thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's truly been amazing to see how they give, not just the stuff that they give us, but also of their hearts as well. They give of themselves.
Yeah.
And we've truly been blessed with such sponsors who really give of themselves, not just money or things that they donate, but really just being there for us, and we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Perhaps you are wondering how you can be involved in this process. Simple. There's a number of ways that you can get involved and support the cause if you are more than willing to stay with us and work with us. We have a link that you can use right at the bottom, and you can be involved also in our rides as Ride for Smiles. And right now, we're looking for children. We're looking for 50 children who are going to be riding with us at the upcoming 94.7 in November. And to the parents that are listening and watching this program, we want to appeal to you, please ensure that you get in touch with us. We provide training for these young stars and preparing them for this big event, in our country, the second biggest cycling event, 94/7 Ride Joburg. And we want your children to be part. Let them ride for smiles, ride for other children, and give them the support. And of course, we've got the recycling program that we have just launched, and we also want you to support it. We're collecting cans, bottles, and so forth. And get in touch with us and ensure that you give us the support, and all the proceeds will go towards the dental surgeries of these children that are in need.
That sounds so amazing. Kids riding for other kids.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It reminds me when we were riding just in November,
correct.
there was a young fellow there, 10 years old,
Yeah.
and he was doing the 35K with me. Sure. You know, I still remember the conversation. He said to me, you know, there was a lot of projects that I could have been involved with. My dad and I went online and we saw a number of them. But then there was this particular one, the Ride for Smiles. And I just thought of the pain because he had also been involved in some dental work. And he said to me, so I understand the pain and I understand the cost involved. So I said to my dad, Daddy, let's go for this
I
one.
want this one.
So this is exactly what we're talking about. Kids riding for other kids, kids supporting other kids, and starting them at that young age, that sense of thinking of others, reaching out to others as well.
The sense of service.
The sense of service. Eh?
Powerful.
If I might just take it home, it just reminds me also as a couple, our kids, we are blessed with 3 beautiful children. It's amazing what we do, how it has really worked on them, just to see them, how now they do this without being asked, and they actually naturally they want to be part of. So we want responsible citizens at the end of the day. So this is a good platform. If you want your kids to be involved in something meaningful, we would encourage you to definitely enroll them.
I mean, look at the recycling project that Unati has started.
Yes, that was one of our kids' idea.
That's a baby.
That's a baby.
Yeah, it's not coming from us.
Yeah.
She just started this, and she's running with it, and we are willing to support her, and we are appealing that you support her as well.
But so far it has been a very fulfilling journey.
Absolutely.
Not just for us, also even our volunteers, the feedback we get from doctors, because we have created also a platform for them to give back to the community.
Yeah.
And what I've learned throughout the years, I can't believe I'm saying throughout the years, it's been that long already, is that people want to give, but sometimes there's no platform for it. You want to do something for someone, but there isn't platform, or you don't know how to start. So what we have done really to also that we have created platform for the practitioners or for the community to give back. And I think that's just something so amazing.
That's so true. Thank you to everyone for all the prayers. I know there are people that have been praying for us.
Yes.
For the success.
Yes, absolutely.
And those prayers have carried us until now. And thanks also to our Almighty God, who has been there for us to make sure that this work is being done the way it's being done.
Yes. And we have come to the end of our show. Thank you for tuning in. With all that being said, I just want to thank everyone for being here and for the support once again. To our special guests, my husband, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for your support. Thank you for being you. Thank you for what you do for Kids Dental Home and the children of South Africa.
Thank you.
So please make sure that you tune in again for the next episode. And remember to share this video, share this podcast, share with your friends, family, your colleagues. Remember to click on the button, like, share, and comment.